Okay, so now you have it graded, you're ready to go. It's time to actually do the book. This is so exciting. So before we actually start the book, there's a few changes I want you to make to your final copy. So at this point, you should have already made all the corrections, resolved the suggestions. Remember, I should have resolved the comments, meaning that you've taken care of it, and you should have nothing on the right-hand side from me. So right now you should be looking at Arial font, size 11. You have some things bold. If you have a glossary at all, but there should have not been any other changes yet so far to your font. So the first thing I want you to do is to select a base font. So I'm going to hit Control A after I click in here, which will highlight everything. And then I want you to pick a font. We're going to keep it black, but I want you to pick a font that you think will be most easily read by your audience, which is K to 5. So like, for example, if I pick this font, this is probably not my best font because first of all, it doesn't really reinforce capitalization very effectively. It's a little bit sloppy. It would be very difficult probably for a kindergartner or first grader to read. Similarly, like if you go to, like this font, well, I think that's really cool. Some of you might not be able to read that because of the cursive nature of it. So again, not a great choice. You might want to also pay close attention to certain letters. Like for example, if I go, let me see, uh, let's see here. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, so if I go in here, let me make this a little bit bigger. So notice that the A's, like when I look at the A here, that A kind of looks like a backwards 6, which again would make it kind of difficult. And certain letters like A's and G's, you have to kind of pay closer attention to make sure that you're finding a font that, like I said, will be easy to read by your audience. I'm going to Control A again, and I'm going to pick, there's a font I really like, this one, Gloria Hallelujah. And what I like about this font is it's bold, but it also is very, very easy to read. All the letters look good. You can see an A, looks like a normal A. Here's my G. Here's a G, looks like a normal G. So this one's really good. So I'm going to stick with this. And then the next thing I want to do, like I said, we're not changing the base color. You're going to keep your font in black. And that's because when you look at published books, most published books have black font. Once you've chosen a base font, though, obviously we do want the different sections of your writing to stand out. So for example, here, my first body paragraph, it says, like other fish, we have similar fantastic physical features. So physical features is what this whole section is about. So I can either choose to make the part I highlighted different and make it stand out, or I can do a subtitle. Totally up to you. So like I said, one thing I could do is make a subtitle. So I could click at the end of the line before it, hit enter, and put physical features, nice and bold there. You can change the color and you can change the font if you'd like. So let's say I want to go with, there's a font I really like. It's really, really bold. It's called Oxygen. Oops, there it is. So like, one thing I am going to change though is I'm going to make this all capitals. Physical feature. Oops. Make sure you spell things correctly if you add them later. And then maybe I'll make this like a dark red because my stonefish can be red. And again, if you change color, you want to make sure that you change it to a color that makes sense with your animal and is easily read. You should not be making it multiple colors. Just choose a color. Now, let's say you want to do this. So you do this for each of your body paragraphs. You put a big subtitle. The other thing, which I think I'm going to do instead actually, is you should have, like right here, you should have the topic in your topic sentence. So I'm going to change this to oxygen, and you can actually, no, maybe not. So I'm going to go down to oxygen, and then I am going to make this all capital letters. Oops, and make sure I spell it right. There we go. And then just like before, I'm going to make that a dark red so it stands out. I think I'm even going to make it bold. There we go. That makes it really stand out. And then here's a really cool thing. If you decide to do this, you can actually go through and highlight this. And then up here at the left-hand side, there's a paint format. If you double click that, you'll see it stays dark. And then I can go down and change. All I have to do is highlight and it'll change. It didn't do the all caps, so I'll have to fix the all caps, but it did fix the color and font. So habitat, and this last one here, predators, prey is my next section, and then life cycle, so I'll have to highlight that. Family, so if you just click in a word, it'll change it. Challenges, and then there's my concluding sentence there. Now, when I'm done using that paint format, I'll just click it, turn it off, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make all of these bold, like all capital letters. And that way it's very consistent and lets my reader know, oh, here's a new section and what that section is all about. Here we go. One more. There we go. And then once you are done this point, let me know. I'll take a look and you will be ready to actually start making your book.